Welcome to the part 4 of the story. We are excited to continue. If you have not had a chance to watch the previous parts of the story yet, be sure to click the links in the description below to catch up. Let us continue our story. As Mayur delved deeper into her mission for change at Apex Solutions, she began to form unexpected alliances with colleagues from various departments. She realized that the desire for a more inclusive and respectful workplace was not limited to her immediate supporters, it extended far beyond her circle. Mayur reached out to individuals who had previously been quiet, those who had felt marginalized or overlooked. She approached them with openness and curiosity, eager to hear their thoughts on the changes they wanted to see. To her surprise, many of these colleagues were just as passionate about transformation as she was. Before we continue with the story, you should comment where you are watching from. If you are enjoying this story, do not forget to hit that subscribe button. We have another episode for you tomorrow. One day, she met with a group that included members from the marketing and finance departments. They gathered in a small conference room, their expressions a mix of skepticism and hope. As they shared their experiences, it became clear that they had all faced similar challenges within the company, feeling unheard in meetings, struggling against outdated practices, and longing for a culture of collaboration. Mayur listened intently as they spoke about their frustrations. She encouraged them to share their ideas for improvement, creating an atmosphere where everyone felt safe to express themselves. The conversation flowed freely, and soon they were brainstorming actionable steps they could take together. One colleague, a quiet but insightful woman from finance, suggested implementing regular feedback sessions where employees could voice their concerns directly to management. Another team member proposed creating cross-departmental committees to foster collaboration and ensure that diverse perspectives were included in decision-making processes. As these ideas emerged, Mayur felt a spark of excitement. This was exactly what she had hoped for, a collective effort to drive change from within the organization. The group began to discuss how they could present these ideas to upper management in a way that would resonate with them. Mayur also reached out to individuals who had previously been viewed as David's allies. To her surprise, some of them expressed their dissatisfaction with the current state of the company and voiced their support for her vision. They were tired of the toxic culture and wanted to be part of something positive. These unexpected alliances began to shift the dynamics within Apex Solutions. Employees who had once felt isolated now found strength in unity. They rallied together, ready to confront any opposition that might arise from those still clinging to power. Mayur felt invigorated by this newfound support. She knew that building alliances was crucial for creating lasting change. With each conversation she had, she could feel the momentum building, a movement fueled by shared experiences and a commitment to respect and equality. As she continued to form these alliances, Mayur also remained aware of those who opposed her vision. David and his loyalists were still lurking in the shadows, plotting ways to undermine her efforts. But with each new ally she gained, she felt more equipped to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The hook of this chapter set the stage for a powerful coalition within Apex Solutions, one that would challenge the status quo and push for meaningful change. Mayur was no longer alone in her fight. She had gathered a diverse group of colleagues who believed in her vision and were ready to stand together against any opposition. With renewed determination, Mayur prepared for the next steps in their journey toward transformation. She knew that with each alliance formed, they were one step closer to creating a workplace where every voice mattered and where respect reigned supreme. The battle for change was just beginning, but together they were ready to face whatever came their way. As Maya and her newly formed coalition gathered to strategize, the atmosphere was charged with determination. They met regularly, sharing ideas and discussing the challenges they faced within 𝗟𝗡𝗦𝗦𝗦𝗦𝗦𝗦𝗦𝗡 solutions. Each meeting deepened their relationships, allowing them to connect on both professional and personal levels. Maya found herself bonding closely with Olivia, who had become an invaluable ally. They shared stories of their journeys, revealing their motivations for wanting to create change. Olivia spoke about her experiences in the marketing department, where she had often felt sidelined during meetings. She recounted a time when her innovative campaign idea was dismissed by an executive without consideration. This moment had ignited a fire within her to fight for a workplace where everyone's contributions were valued. Maya shared her own story of overcoming adversity as a janitor, emphasizing how those experiences shaped her desire to advocate for others. Their shared struggles forged a strong friendship, and together they felt empowered to tackle the corporate challenges ahead. As they strategized, they also invited colleagues from different departments to join their discussions. A member from the finance team shared his frustration over budget cuts that had impacted morale and resources. He explained how these decisions were often made without consulting the employees who would be affected. His insights highlighted the need for better communication between management and staff. Another colleague from Human Resources revealed her concerns about the lack of diversity in leadership positions. She expressed her desire to see more voices represented at the decision-making table, sharing personal stories of how she had navigated her career in a predominantly male environment. Her passion resonated with everyone in the room, reinforcing their commitment to creating a more inclusive workplace. As they continued to meet, flashbacks revealed each member's personal stakes in the company's future. One employee recalled how his father had worked at Apex Solutions for over 20 years before being laid off due to budget cuts. He felt a deep sense of responsibility to advocate for job security and fair treatment for all employees. Another colleague shared how she had moved across the country for this job, believing it would provide opportunities for growth and advancement. Over time, however, she had become disillusioned by the lack of support and recognition for her hard work. Her story added urgency to their mission, reminding everyone that real change was necessary not just for themselves, but for future generations. These personal stakes fueled their discussions as they strategized on how best to present their ideas to upper management. They brainstormed ways to gather data and testimonials that would highlight the need for reform within Apex Solutions. They knew that presenting a united front would be crucial in convincing decision-makers of the importance of their proposals. Maya felt a sense of pride as she watched her colleagues come together, each contributing their unique perspectives and experiences. The bonds they were forming were not just about professional alliances, they were about creating a community that valued respect and collaboration. As they prepared for their next presentation to management, Maya emphasized the importance of unity among them. She reminded everyone that they were not just advocating for themselves, but for every employee who had ever felt unheard or undervalued within the company. With each meeting, Maya's confidence grew stronger as she witnessed the collective power of their voices. They were no longer just individuals fighting against corporate challenges, they were a united force ready to demand change. The chapter closed with Maya feeling hopeful about what lay ahead. She knew that while challenges would arise, they were equipped with the strength of their relationships and a shared vision for a better future at Apex Solutions. Together, they were ready to face whatever opposition came their way, and they would do so as friends and allies committed to transforming their workplace into one where everyone could thrive. As Maya and her coalition prepared for their presentation to management, they focused on planning initiatives that would improve the workplace culture at Apex Solutions. They brainstormed ideas for employee engagement programs, mentorship opportunities, and ways to enhance communication between departments. The excitement in the room was palpable as they envisioned a brighter future for everyone at the company. However, lurking in the background were David and his allies, who were growing increasingly desperate to maintain their grip on power. They viewed Maya's efforts as a direct threat to their authority and began plotting ways to sabotage her initiatives. David gathered his loyal supporters, discussing tactics to undermine the coalition's plans before they could gain traction. As Maya and her team finalized their proposals, tension began to rise within their group. Some members expressed concerns about the potential backlash from management, while others worried about how David would respond. The fear of sabotage loomed large, creating an atmosphere of uncertainty. During one meeting, a colleague voiced doubts about whether they could truly trust everyone in the group. This comment hung in the air like a dark cloud, causing unease among them. While they had formed strong bonds, the reality of corporate politics made some question if there were hidden agendas within their ranks. Maya sensed the growing distrust and knew it was crucial to address these concerns head-on. She reminded everyone of their shared purpose and the importance of transparency among them. They needed to support each other fully if they were going to face the challenges ahead. Despite her efforts to foster unity, whispers of doubt continued to circulate. Some members began to second-guess each other's motives, wondering if anyone might be secretly aligned with David. This suspicion threatened to fracture the coalition just as they were gaining momentum. As they prepared for their presentation, Maya felt a knot tighten in her stomach. She understood that while they had made significant progress in building relationships and gathering support, the threat of sabotage from David and his allies could derail everything they had worked for. The day before the presentation, Maya received an anonymous message warning her that David was planning to discredit her during the meeting. The message sent chills down her spine but also ignited a fire within her. She realized that she needed to address this head-on with her team. Gathering everyone together for an emergency meeting, Maya laid out her concerns about the sabotage and the trust issues that had begun to surface. She encouraged open dialogue, allowing everyone to express their feelings and fears without judgment. As they shared their thoughts, it became clear that many felt vulnerable but were also committed to standing together. Maya emphasized that they could not let fear dictate their actions or allow David's tactics to divide them. They needed to present a united front during the meeting and show management that they were serious about creating change at Apex Solutions. With renewed determination, the group began strategizing on how to counter any attempts by David to undermine them. They discussed potential questions or challenges he might raise and prepared responses that highlighted their commitment to improving workplace culture. As they wrapped up the meeting, Maya felt a sense of solidarity return among her colleagues. They were no longer just individuals worried about their own positions, they were a team ready to fight for what was right. The setup for confrontation was complete as tensions continued to escalate both within Maya's coalition and with David's opposition. The stakes were higher than ever as they prepared for what would be a pivotal moment in their journey toward transformation at 𝗟𝗡𝗦𝗦𝗦𝗦𝗦𝗦𝗦𝗧, a moment that would test their resolve and commitment to one another in the face of adversity. The day of the corporate event arrived, and excitement buzzed through the halls of Apex Solutions. Maya and her coalition had planned a significant initiative to present their vision for a better workplace culture. They were ready to showcase their ideas to management and the entire company, confident that their hard work would pay off. However, as preparations unfolded, Maya sensed a shift in the atmosphere. Whispers of discontent began to circulate among employees who were not part of her coalition. Rumors spread about the initiative, twisting their intentions and creating doubt about its effectiveness. Maya's heart raced as she realized that David and his allies had been spreading misinformation to sabotage their efforts. At the event, as Maya took the stage to present their initiative, she could feel the weight of scrutiny on her shoulders. She began with enthusiasm, outlining the benefits of their proposed changes and sharing testimonials from employees who supported their vision. But just as she was gaining momentum, a voice from the audience interrupted her. One of David's loyalists stood up, armed with a printed report that claimed the initiative would lead to increased costs without any measurable benefits. The audience gasped as he presented his argument, citing fabricated data that painted Maya's proposal in a negative light. The tension in the room escalated as employees exchanged uneasy glances. Maya felt her stomach drop. This was not how it was supposed to go. She had prepared for challenges but hadn't anticipated such a blatant attempt to discredit her in front of everyone. The laughter and camaraderie from earlier meetings felt like a distant memory as doubt crept in. As murmurs spread through the crowd, Maya knew she needed to act quickly. She took a deep breath and called upon her allies who were present in the audience. Olivia and others stood up, ready to support her. They began countering the claims made by David's ally, providing real data and sharing their personal experiences that highlighted the need for change. Maya rallied her allies around her, reminding everyone of their shared vision and purpose. Together, they formed a united front against the sabotage that had threatened to derail their efforts. As they spoke passionately about the importance of creating an inclusive workplace, Maya felt a surge of strength return. Despite the initial setback, they began to turn the tide of the conversation. Employees who had been hesitant started nodding along, feeling inspired by the collective voice advocating for change. The energy in the room shifted as Maya's confidence grew stronger with each supportive voice. However, just when it seemed like they were regaining control of the narrative, David himself stepped forward. He attempted to dismiss their arguments by questioning Maya's qualifications again and insisting that she was not fit to lead such initiatives. His tone dripped with condescension, aiming to undermine everything they had worked for. Maya felt anger bubbling inside her but knew she had to remain composed. She addressed David directly, reminding him that leadership is about empowering others and fostering collaboration, not tearing people down. Her words resonated with many in the audience who were tired of his tactics. As tensions escalated further, it became clear that this confrontation was not just about one initiative, it was about challenging a culture that had allowed disrespect and elitism to flourish for too long. The stakes were higher than ever as both sides prepared for what could be a decisive moment in their struggle for change at Apex Solutions. In this climactic showdown, Maya realized that while they faced significant opposition, they also had something powerful on their side: unity and determination among those who believed in a better future for their workplace. Despite the sabotage attempts and public embarrassment she faced at this corporate event, 𝗧𝗧 stood firm alongside her allies. They were ready to fight for what was right and salvage their reputation together. The outcome of this confrontation would determine not only 𝗧𝗧's future but also the future of Apex Solutions itself, a moment that would test their resolve and commitment to one another in this ongoing battle for respect and equality within their workplace. As the confrontation at the corporate event reached a fever pitch, 𝗧𝗧 and her allies felt the weight of the moment pressing down on them. The tension was palpable, and every word exchange seemed to carry the potential for lasting consequences. Just when it felt like the situation could not get any more intense, an unexpected and humorous moment broke through the chaos. One of 𝗧𝗧's allies, a spirited colleague from the marketing team, had been tasked with presenting a visual aid to support their initiative. In her eagerness to impress, she had created an elaborate slide deck filled with graphs and charts. However, in her rush to prepare, she accidentally uploaded the wrong file, a collection of memes and funny cat pictures instead of the intended presentation. As she clicked to display her slides, the audience was suddenly greeted with a series of adorable cats in various humorous poses. The room fell silent for a brief moment as everyone processed what was happening. Then, laughter erupted from the crowd, cutting through the tension like a knife. 𝗧𝗧 couldn't help but laugh along with everyone else. The absurdity of the situation lightened the mood and provided a much-needed break from the seriousness of the confrontation. Even David's loyalists found themselves chuckling, momentarily forgetting their opposition as they enjoyed the unexpected humor. The marketing colleague quickly scrambled to regain control of the presentation, frantically clicking through slides while trying to explain that this was not part of their plan. But each new slide featuring a cat doing something silly only added to the laughter in the room. Employees began shouting out their favorite memes, creating an impromptu moment of joy that united everyone in shared amusement. 𝗧𝗧 seized this opportunity to pivot back to their message. With a smile on her face, she acknowledged the humor but reminded everyone why they were there. She emphasized that while laughter was essential, they were also fighting for a serious cause: the need for respect and equality within Apex Solutions. The laughter served as a reminder that even in challenging times, it was important to find joy and connection with one another. It helped to reinforce their unity as they faced adversity together. The unexpected humor reminded everyone that they were not alone in this fight; they were part of a community striving for change. As the presentation continued, 𝗧𝗧 felt invigorated by this light-hearted moment amidst the chaos. It had strengthened their resolve and reminded them that they could face challenges head-on while still supporting one another. The gush of laughter lingered in the air as they wrapped up their presentation with renewed energy and determination. They knew that while David and his allies would continue to resist change, they had something powerful on their side, a united front ready to advocate for what was right. With spirits lifted and camaraderie strengthened, 𝗧𝗧 and her allies prepared for whatever challenges lay ahead. They were more committed than ever to transforming Apex Solutions into a workplace where every voice mattered, and now they had shared laughter to carry them through even the toughest moments in their journey. As the presentation concluded, 𝗧𝗧 and her allies felt a renewed sense of purpose. The laughter they shared had not only lightened the mood but also reinforced their commitment to the cause. They had faced adversity together and emerged stronger, united in their vision for a better workplace at Apex Solutions. In the days that followed, the energy among Maya's coalition was palpable. They met frequently to strategize their next steps, discussing how to counter David's faction and ensure that their initiatives gained traction. Each meeting was filled with enthusiasm and determination as they prepared for the decisive showdown that lay ahead. Maya felt a sense of pride as she watched her colleagues step up, taking on leadership roles within the group. They were no longer just supporters, they were advocates ready to fight for change. Ideas flowed freely as they brainstormed ways to present their proposals to management in a manner that would resonate and garner support. They discussed the importance of gathering data and testimonials from employees who had already benefited from the changes they proposed. This would provide tangible evidence of the positive impact their initiatives could have on workplace culture. Maya encouraged everyone to share their stories, knowing that personal experiences would be powerful tools in swaying opinions. As they prepared for this critical moment, Maya took time to reflect on how far they had come. She remembered the days when she felt isolated and powerless, and now she stood at the forefront of a movement filled with passionate allies. The journey had not been easy, but each challenge had strengthened their resolve. Meanwhile, David continued to plot against them, determined to maintain his influence within the company. He was aware of the growing support for Maya's initiatives and was becoming increasingly aggressive in his tactics. Whispers of his plans reached Maya's ears, fueling her determination to confront him head-on. Maya knew that this upcoming showdown would be pivotal. It would test not only her leadership but also the unity among her allies. They had come too far to back down now, and she was committed to ensuring that their voices were heard. With each passing day, excitement built as they prepared for the confrontation with David's faction. They practiced their presentation, refining their arguments and ensuring that everyone felt confident in their roles. The camaraderie among them deepened as they shared laughter and support, reminding each other of their shared purpose. As the date of the showdown approached, Maya felt a mix of nerves and excitement. She knew that this was more than just a battle for initiatives. It was a fight for respect and equality within Apex Solutions. With her allies by her side, she felt ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The wrap-up of this chapter left Maya standing strong at the helm of a united front, her allies filled with renewed purpose and determination. Together, they were prepared to confront David and his faction, ready to advocate for change and create a workplace where every voice mattered. The stakes were high, but so was their resolve as they marched toward what could be a defining moment in their journey toward transformation at Apex Solutions.